Hello. So I want to bring light to my friend Oscar Castillo in Colombia. I met Oscar 13 years ago, Oscar,
Yeah, something around.
and he develops the game in Colombia. And I want to go over this topic of building the game. And nobody knows more about building the game than Oscar is. When I met him in Colombia, lacrosse was just starting. I met through our friend Miles, who was putting forth lessons at the Universidad Tecnológico en Pereira. How's my pronunciation?
It's really good.
Yeah, so hola, ¿cómo estás, hermano? ¿Todo bien? And
Muy,
yeah, what do you want to say?
ya, muy bien, muy bien. Tu
One,
español está mejorando.
gracias, señor. On that note, I want to bring to light when I met Oscar, not a lick of English. And now, through working with Lacrosse the Nations and building the game and through his own personal development, his English is as good as it can be. So, first, Lacrosse the Nations is where?
Right now, we have program in Colombia in two cities. The first one is Tenjo. We started the program there in 2019, and in 2023, we create or open programs in Medellin.
And
Thinking,
what
like I said, a really beautiful city to give the kids the opportunity to learn more about lacrosse.
and why do they want to do this? So, what's the point? So, what's the point of bringing lacrosse to the kids in Colombia?
So I don't know you if you have any idea about like a Colombian situation, but we have difficult situations around the kids. So our plan with Lacrosse the Nation is give them the opportunity to use the free time in good things like sports or tutoring or something like that. So our plan is help them to use the free time specific.
And before you got there, Lacrosse the Nations was functioning in other countries. So Oscar and I are talking about Colombia specifically, but for those you want to look it up, Lacrosse the Nations has been functioning long before Oscar became a part of it or I became familiar with it. We have a mutual friend named Javier Silva who runs Lacrosse the Nations, did a great job, and he was in Nicaragua, Panama, a whole bunch of other countries. So we're just talking about Colombia, but it goes beyond Colombia. Is that correct?
Yeah. LTN started in Nicaragua in 2009. Then they have program in Costa Rica, Peru, and Panama before Colombia. But in when we opened programs in Colombia, that was like the best, the main country for lacrosse the nation right now.
Okay, so I'm going to wait for Javier to talk about all the great things that have been done for certain kids in certain situations, of which there's a lot of amazing things that have happened for kids as a result of the work they're doing. But I want to talk to you quick. I'm talking to a lot of people who want to start lacrosse in their area, and nobody knows it better than you. So, how do you start lacrosse in an area where nobody's heard of lacrosse? There's no equipment, no fields. You are truly starting from scratch. So, what's like the first step for you when you want to introduce it to these kids?
Okay, so normally to open a new program in Colombia, we use the PD classes, visiting a couple of schools. Normally we use a stick and balls, no more, no protection for the kids. Normally you use like restricted rules, no checks, no slash, many things of that. Just to let them know like about lacrosse, like a pass and cash. That's it.
So, one thing that I think we agree on is not get too caught up with the technicalities and just, as you said, pass, catch, go up and down, which is we were talking before we started recording about why we love sixes, even though a lot of traditionalists don't. Because at the end of the day, we want people with a stick and a ball and getting from one end to the other and having a great time. Because if you can't capture that, there's no point in talking about face-offs and warding and offsides and the triangle offense and things of that nature.
Yeah, it's so hard, even though like Colombia has a sport culture about the soccer. So teach the kids another sport. You need to do simple to understand the game. No, if you start like you said with triangle on defense or offense, the face of the goalie, long poles, whatever, it's so hard for them. So we don't have enough resources to do that. So try to do simple. Use stick and ball, pass and catch. That's it.
And you say you don't have enough resources to do that, but I want to clarify, even if you did have the resources, that's not the best way to do it. If you had all the resources in the world, I'm guessing it would look very similar to what you're doing now. Stick, ball, catch, throw, let's get up and down. Whether it's on the most beautiful field in the world or a field that needs some help, At the end of the day, stick ball, get up and down, and then go from there. So I don't think it's necessarily a matter of resources. I think you're doing a great job, regardless of lack of resources or what resources you have. The principles, what you're doing, would apply anywhere, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And just to clarify, Oscar is more knowledgeable than he's even letting on. He's also a referee for the international game, and you played for the Colombia national team since 2000. What was that original
12.
one in Denver? What year was that?
2014 was our first World Championship, like a Colombian national team.
Which means we met in 2013. Yeah,
Yes.
so Oscar is very knowledgeable about lacrosse, and at the end of the day, whether you have a lot of knowledge or not a lot of knowledge, your point remains the same. Ball stick, introduce it, make it fun, get up and down. Anything else you want to add to that?
I don't know. I know that sometimes, like a coach, we wanna teach the basic skills for the kids, but they wanna enjoy the game, like a play. So try to do a small games or a small competition with the kids, 2v2, 1v1, 3v3. That will be awesome because the kids can enjoy the game.
And I'm assuming what happens after that, after they start enjoying it, they start looking it up on YouTube and they start seeing about the helmet and the gloves and they start seeing things and questions start coming. But that only comes after that initial foundation of enjoying the game.
Yeah, like what?
Well, after you get that initial foundation of them enjoying just getting up and down with the ball, the questions start coming with the questions you want. Like, what's that field? What are those helmets? What are those gloves? Where can I get them? They start taking more interest in the next generation of lacrosse.
Yeah, it's like for us, it's just like we wanna give them just like the first stage for them. Then we want to connect with clubs in Colombia. We have a couple of clubs in Colombia, in Medellin, in Pereira, in Bogota, to do like a more professional develop of the sport, right? Our goal, like across the nation, is just give the chance to use the free times with something good. That's it.
It's more than that too. Like you do something good, but I know Javier could talk about certain resources that go to the kids. I think he talked about food and other help with school supplies, things of that nature. Like a lot is done, but we'll save that for another time. In the meantime, anything else you want to add?
Uh, No, I think just invite everyone to try to develop the sport. It's sometimes it's really hard, but when you are doing like with your hair, with your passion, it's really good. I'm so happy. Sometimes see one kid like start with 5, 6 years old, and now he's 15 and he's learning or improving their skills, trying to participate in like an international competition is really good because he's doing that just to represent our country.
You
So that's
realize
really, really good.
you're talking about that kid, and to me, that kid is you.
Uh,
For me, it
I
is. I know what
started
you're saying.
lacrosse in
For
20.
me, because I saw you when you didn't. Here, just out of perspective, I see the person you become and the wonderful things you've done and the fantastic person you are and the help you're giving back. And I know when I met you, obviously you were a good guy, but you're not what you are now. And if you put so much into lacrosse, so when I see all the growth, I see it in you. So it's a compliment to you. Like I've seen the past
Yeah,
13 years. I know you're like, nah, I'm
yeah,
not a kid.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm 100% like lacrosse can change life, like in my life.
That's what I'm getting
Um,
at. Yeah, that's the example
yeah,
I'm getting at. Yeah.
yeah. I'm so grateful with you, with Miles, with many of my coaches, with a couple of my teammates. Juan Camilo, David. They are support me all time. Juan Camilo is support me like a official too. So yeah, I think lacrosse is the best. Is a good way to change life.
And I guess I'm bringing this up not just to put you on the spot, but you talk about helping the kids. And I just think you're just a great example of it. People could see right now how it got introduced to you in Colombia. You didn't know what it was, and here you are today. So I think you yourself are a good example, whether you realize it or not. That
Yeah, I hope so to do a good example for the kids. Like a role model for them. Like all time I'm trying to use my experience, my life to push them to do the best things in their life. like a talking, like you said, when I was in Denver in 2014, like a captain of the Colombian national team, I didn't speak any English. So try to talk with the referees in English. It's so hard because I don't understand anything. Um, and now I think I can represent my country, Colombia, in another countries, in another languages. Um, I have been helping to Brazil to open program there. Agora eu posso falar um pouco do português,
Wow,
né?
showing off now.
Uh,
Amazing.
so yeah, lacrosse like open a lot of doors for me, and I'm so happy for that. And I would like to give the kids, the Colombian kids especially, the same opportunity.
And I want to emphasize to everybody else to look up Lacrosse the Nations and they can get involved. My involvement in Colombia and meeting Oscar and the other people he mentioned, I'll introduce at another time, has also meant the world to me. You know how much my life has changed. And from simple things to becoming part of the culture to I remember on a balcony in Mexico where I was just so annoyed and you were the one checking on me. You know what I'm talking about. That's embarrassing that you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But us going to Mexico together and it's become a part of my life in a way I never could have imagined before I got involved. Before I got involved in lacrosse in Colombia, I'll be honest, I knew Colombia was somewhere over there, and that's about it. And now, you know better than anybody, it's part of my family now in the most real way possible. As Oscar knows my family, I know his family. We could go on and on and on, but we'll leave that for another day. So I would like everybody to check out Lacrosse the Nations, and you see more about Oscar and all the great work they're doing. And that's that for now.
Yeah, perfect.